Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Red with only one Oddish was really rough by the end, so let's follow that up with one that'll be rough the whole time. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Mareep. Man, I love Mareep. When I think of playing Pokemon Gold when it was new, I think of Mareep. It's a solo electric type that honestly has much worse stats than I remember. It evolves into a pretty strong electric type, but we're keeping it first form, so our stats are a solid 30 points lower than that of first form starters like Cyndaquil. Speed is our weakest stat, so we'll probably have to keep a level lead to not lose due to always being hit first. For level up moves, our choices aren't great. We don't get anything with more than 40 power until level 37, and we flat out never learn Thunderbolt. By TM, there's a few cool moves like Iron Tail and Zap Cannon, although Zap Cannon has terrible accuracy. Swift is alright, considering the TM is pretty early in the game, so is Headbutt. Still no Thunderbolt though. I might honestly have to rely on Thunder, and that has me worried. Like always, I'm rating this script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. Well, all of the Pokemon Champion's Pokemon are part Flying type, so I'm pretty sure I could beat him, but I don't know how badly the post-game fight with Red is gonna go. I don't really have high hopes. Oh, and the Steel Gym Steelix is gonna be brutal. I can't get any moves that it doesn't resist until after I beat it, so I'm guessing it's just gonna be a brick wall for ages. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Mareep. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Totodile with Mareep so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Totodile so that our rival would have Meganium, probably the hardest for us to fight. I name him Rosa, because we're going to be bringing the thunder. I also gave strong consideration to Grim Mareeper, suggested by Gabriel Morton. Hey, same dude who named the Wobbuffet all those years ago. Gabe's cool. We did a review of a Royal Rumble together once. Man, you remember the olden days when I had hair? I'd update my icon, but, I can't draw. Also, that shirt sucks. Someone get that man something from Chimera. Alright, so the early game traveling isn't too hard, mostly because we learn Thundershock pretty early, and most of what we're fighting before the first gym is really weak. There is the optional Bellsprout Tower that I think I want to do just for the levels, not that I'll need it considering the Flying Gym is the first one. Still, there's that Hiker that's always a pain right after, so I'm gonna need whatever levels I can get. Bellsprout Tower was actually super easy. I thought it might be slightly annoying since they resist electricity, but their levels are so low that it didn't really matter. I just want to fight every trainer that I can till that Hiker battle. The Hiker is the real first gym. Before I can do that though, I got a call from Youngster Joey. I'd promote my Twitter, but it's like still the first page of the script and we've got to keep things moving. I'm just happy he isn't calling for a fight this time. Oh, and of course the Flying Gym was super easy. They've got Mud Slap, but that doesn't really matter if they never get a chance to attack. So there's one more route until Pokemon Champion Hiker. I don't normally bother fighting all of the trainers here, but I absolutely did this time. All we can really do is tackle the Geodudes he has, since the TM for Swift isn't until right after him, so I need every level I can get. Final boss Hiker Russell time. Obviously not much to recap here since it's just both of us spamming tackle until someone runs out of health. Our massive level lead means they don't do much damage to us, but their great defense and rock typing means that we do very little to them as well. We did outlast them in the end. It's probably only because I fought every trainer on my way here. I mean, other than the other Hiker right before him that you can walk past. That would have been stupid. I'm gonna go grab Swift real quick. Slowpoke well is pretty easy. The trainers like Zubats and the wild Pokemon are, well, Slowpoke. So that's just stuff that our own Thundershock does really well against already. I think that we're gonna have a little chunk of smooth sailing, considering that the Bug Gym is coming up and Bugsy's only good Pokemon is part Flying. Yeah, like I thought, Bug Gym was super easy. Scyther is normally an issue, but being weak to our Thundershock sealed its fate. Will the rival fight go as well? Okay, well first was Ghastly, who was a one-shot with Thundershock, and next was Bayleaf. I started by paralyzing him and using Swift, but quickly got shut down by Reflect, so I had to switch out to Thundershock. It really wasn't doing much, and the Razor Leaf crits were seriously damaging us. Not only that, but we got poisoned off Poison Powder. It was really close, and we were one hit away from fainting when we knocked him out. Last was Zubat, who was just a one-shot. That was closer than I was expecting. So we have the normal gym coming up, and I think we might do alright for once. Normally, Miltank is terrifying because of rollout, but we can paralyze her, so that should give us a decent chance at keeping her from building up power. I'm still fighting every trainer I can though, and grabbing Return while I'm in town, although I probably won't learn it until after since I doubt I'm at max friendship yet. I know that I'm probably gonna fight just about every trainer available and still need to grind on wild Pokemon before I ever beat the Steel Gym, considering all of their Pokemon resist all of our moves. I need to get every level that I can before then. Okay, normal gym time. Clefairy just used Double Slap, so that part was pretty easy, but next is Miltank. Right away I paralyzed her, but she was smart and went for Stomp instead of Rollout. It was actually dealing tons of damage, more than I expected considering the level we're at. We won, but it was really close. We're weaker than I thought we'd be. I just hope that the Ghost Gym goes alright. Next up is the Kimono Girls Dance Hall, so this is a great time for the Chimera ad. I'm gonna get experimental with this one. So you already know what Chimera is, you've seen me show off their clothes, let's talk about something else. So here's the challenge on my channels from about a year or so ago. They're good, but they're also kind of short, right? Check out those time codes on the thumbnails. It's rare to see one go longer than 20 minutes. Part of that was because I thought it would be kind of boring if I talked about grinding and all that stuff all the time. And part was that I also had so little free time to get these videos done that making them shorter meant that they were faster to edit. But you guys started asking for longer ones, and you've got to give the people what they want. So look at them now! Tons of these are double the length of the old ones, if not longer, and the comments have been much more positive. Literally the entire reason that I can afford to do that is because of Chimera. I've never had time to do sponsorships back then because the one time I did take one, it ate up so much time working with them that it was taking away from the video. All the back and forth of trying to work with that sponsor, well, they kept trying to get me to rewrite stuff over and over, just turned me off of sponsorships as a whole. That is, until Chimera came around and just let me write whatever I want. They don't know what it is I'm gonna say in this video, they just trust me to do my thing, and MDB always delivers. I mean, they probably know now considering they watch this. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Anyway, these little Chimera ads are both the reason I can afford to keep doing this for a living, and the reason why these videos are so much longer than they used to be. So like always, if you want to show them some love, click the link in the description to find their website, use the code Mah-Dry-Bread at checkout, and let them know that I sent you. I hope you enjoy your awesome new clothes. Now I've got a Ghost Gym to beat. Alright, so the Ghost Gym starts pretty great with the first Ghastly going down in 1 critical Thunder Shock. Second is Haunter, who goes down in 2 hits, but not before taking a chunk out of us with Nightshade. Third is Gengar, and this one made me nervous. We lucked out on Hypnosis missing the first few times, but as soon as it did hit, we went down in a few Dream Eaters. Alright, well, we're only 3 levels away from getting a Thunder. I'll just come back after we have that. Once we got Thunder, and I failed a few times due to missing it at the worst times, we got this one where we just mostly didn't miss. I mean, we still did because 70% accuracy may as well be 20% accuracy when you need it the most, but Gengar didn't put us to sleep, so we're good. Time for some more travel. I already took out a bunch of the trainers to the west when trying to get those few levels for Thunder, so it's mostly just trainers in the water and out east now. I figure I can probably save the Team Rocket hideout till after the fighting gym to save on travel. No reason not to do it while I'm in the area, right? Plus, beating the fighting gym allows me to use Fly on my HM Pokemon, so that's pretty useful. Once we got to the gym, we just swept them with Thunder, as expected. Let's go hit up the Rocket hideout. But on my way, we got a call from Youngster Joey telling everyone to follow me on Twitter, where I'll often ask you guys for nickname suggestions for Pokemon, because man, I suck at coming up with names. If I don't have a good wrestler name in mind, I just blank for hours. Seriously, you guys giving me name suggestions on Twitter really speeds this stuff up. When I went to fight him, his Rattata wasn't even a Rattata anymore, so I guess he failed his challenge. Also, his Pokemon is 20 levels lower than us and just survived a hit from Return. We really suck. Now, I don't normally do every fight in this place since there's a lot of optional ones, but we really need the experience. Seriously, I think we're not gonna beat the Steel Gym until we're a minimum of level 50, and that's with some serious luck. I'm thinking this Steel Gym is gonna be harder than the Pokemon Champion. I'm not taking any chances. I might even need Double Team. Steelix has the most defense of all Gen 2 Pokemon, doesn't it? This is gonna suck. Last before the Steel Gym is the Ice Gym. The part water types were obviously pretty easy, but Piloswine was pretty tough and Blizzard still hurts. Again, even with us having a pretty solid level lead. I really don't stand a chance at the Steel Gym, do I? Alright, first try at the Steel Gym. First is the 2 Magnemites that can paralyze us, but we only got hit by Sonic Boom thanks to 1 Thunder missing, so at least that didn't happen. Against Steelix is when it gets bad though. So we do resist Iron Tail, and that helps a lot, but we still take far more damage from them than we can deal in return. To make it even worse, he's got Screech, so we can get our defense absolutely ruined. Even with us getting honestly pretty lucky with how often Iron Tail missed, we still went down. Plus, doesn't she have a Hyper Potion? I don't think I was even close. So this is the worst grind that I've had to do in a little while. Not as bad as the grinding near the end of my brilliant diamond run, but pretty bad. The Pokemon we're fighting really don't give much experience, but we don't have a choice. There just aren't any strong Pokemon to grind against, and we're out of trainers to fight. Right now I'm feeling like we'll be able to win if we're something like level 54 or 55, but we could win sooner if I really lucked out on crits and Iron Tail misses. Hard to say for sure. I'd love to have Iron Tail myself for this fight, but alas, this is the fight that gets us the TM for it. I could also go get the TM for Double Team, but a lot of you guys tell me that you hate when I use it, so I'll hold off. I've been noticing way more people telling me to just use rare candy cheats instead of crazy grinds in situations like this, and I appreciate that you're looking out for me. Maybe one day I'll take you up on that offer, but for this grind I'm just gonna do it the normal way. I know that now that I'm going back to doing 3 or 4 challenges a month, honestly almost definitely 4, I'm gonna have to find new ways to make them faster, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just stubborn, but I think I'm just gonna do some normal grinding. Okay, I am just stubborn. I know that. At level 54, I give the battle a few more tries, and honestly, it doesn't look like I'm doing any more damage. I think I can take a few more hits, but it's still not close. She even used a Hyper Potion at one point, so I'm not really feeling confident. Even with crits, I think I need more levels. Maybe just a few more? Trying again at level 57. After a brutal 6 tries where we just kept losing defense or getting crit, we both lost defense and got crit. But hey, at least she didn't use a Hyper Potion this time. I really don't know why. Maybe if I got a crit, then we would have gotten an early knockout, but I literally haven't gotten a single one, and that's just my luck, so I have to grind even more. Level 60. Now, this one took quite a few tries, but eventually we got lucky enough to not only land a crit, but Steelix missed quite a few Iron Tails and didn't land a defense drop on us until late in the fight. Even with that, we went all the way down to 28 health by the end and easily could have fainted if we were just hit one more time. That has to be one of the roughest fights I've had in a long time. I don't even want to go over how many of these fights I failed because Thunder missed the Magnemites. I guess those are the little things that people forget about sometimes, is I had to fight the Magnemites every single time to get to the Steelix again, and I can just miss and get paralyzed, but that's boring and no one wants to see me do that a million times. So the radio tower is usually pretty easy, but it's especially easy this time since we're a way higher level than we'd normally be for this place. Let's just get right to the rival fight. That's the only real fight in this place. Golbat was a one-shot with Thunder Shock, and second was Magnemite, who we just one-shot with Thunder before he could paralyze us. Third was Haunter, so I tried for Thunder, just to end up missing. Shadow Ball hardly hurt us though, so the second Thunder took him out. Sneasel went down in one hit from return, and last was Meganium, who only tried for Poison Powder and missed, before going down in 2 hits. Super easy. All that's left now is the Dragon Gem, a rival fight, and then we're at the Elite Four. I'm kinda worried about the Dragon Gym, because I get the feeling that I can't one-shot the Dragonairs thanks to them resisting electric moves. Considering they have Thunder Wave, we're probably gonna get paralyzed. Now, Thunder Wave can actually miss in this game when the AI is using it, since the AI status affliction moves have a built-in miss chance, but we'd still need to get reasonably lucky. Weirdly enough, I think the Kingdra at the end might be the easiest part, since Thunder might just be a one-shot on him. Oh, and Youngster Joey called to tell you to follow me on Twitter, where I give you interesting slices of YouTuber life, like this one. I'll give you a moment to soak this one in. This happens like every day. You'd be shocked how often people either miss pinned comments or reply to your comment without reading it. Hey, future MDB here in editing. It happened again. On a different video, on a different comment. Oh my god, when I say this happens every week, I really mean it. Let me just give you another angle here so you can soak this comment in. I swear, literally every single week. For years! Dragon Gym time. For the first Dragonair, we hit return to bring it to red health, just for us to get paralyzed. I see this will be an uphill battle. Surf did some damage to us as we took her down. The second one came close to fainting, but managed to get a few dragon breaths in, but our health is still alright. The third one really started to mess us up though, since we kept being fully paralyzed. Sometimes we go first thanks to our Quick Claw, but it didn't help us much, and we took so many Ice Beams that we only had 49 health when we got the knockout. Last was Kingdra, who took us to only 19 health with Dragon Breath, but we lucked out and landed a critical Thunder for a one-shot. That was way too close. With that incredibly close victory, we're on the road again. I'm really hoping that we won't need to grind much for the Elite Four. I don't really think that much of the Elite Four is going to be an issue thanks to Thunder, but I still will need to get some levels. Bruno's Onyx might slow us down a little bit thanks to not being able to deal damage with her turn, but I think it'll mostly be okay. I can just learn Iron Tail for that. Lance might be a bit of a problem since he's got 3 Dragonites and all it takes is me missing Thunder and they'll paralyze me. I mean, that's assuming Thunder's even a one-shot. Considering Dragonite is a pseudo-legendary, I'm not sure it will be. Before that, though, was the last rival fight. Sneasel was a one-shot with return, as was Magneton with Thunder. Hunter once again got lucky, though, and dodged Thunder, cursing us in the process. We took him down, but that curse could really hurt us. Kadabra was a one-shot with return, and next was Meganium. Now, we only take curse damage on rounds where we don't score a knockout, so Meganium manages to do some actual damage to us, but it's still not that bad. Last was Golbat, who went down in one Thunder Shock. The Gen 2 rival just isn't usually that bad. Now that we're at the Elite Four, let's take a look at our stats. Our stats are still pretty bad, but it's around what I expected. 130 for special attack is what I figured we'd have by level 70, so it's nice to have that slightly earlier than that. I don't think I've used Thunder Wave once this whole run, so I might just replace that with Iron Tail for the sake of taking down Onyx. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. But before we do, youngster Joey called, dude, I was literally about to go to commercial, Joey, your timing is awful. First is Psychic Trainer Will. Xatu was a one-shot with Thunder Shock, and second was Jinx. We actually outsped her and one-shot her with Return. That was surprising. Executor tanked a hit and set up Leech Seed, but still went down before dealing any direct damage. So next is Slowbro, who went down in one Thunder. Last was another Xatu, who was a one-shot with Thunder Shock. Pretty good start. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. Ariados is first, and although he uses Double Team, he was only a two-shot, so it wasn't that bad. Fortress is crazy tanky, but we've got Thunder to bypass that high defense stat, so he was easy as well. For Venomoth, I went for Thunder Shock because of course I forgot it wasn't flying type for the 100th time. We paralyzed him, he hit us with Psychic, and dropped our special defense, then we finished him off. For Muck, we missed Thunder right away. Twice. Didn't matter since he just used Acid Armor and then missed Toxic. Toxic didn't start being 100% accurate for poison types till, I think, Gen 6? Crobat actually couldn't get one-shot by Thunder Shock, so he went to use a full restore. We only need 2 hits to win, but we missed a ton of Thunder Shocks because of his double team. Man, why is it double team is never that good when I use it just once? Eventually, he went down after we got hit by Toxic. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno. First is Hitmontop, who has Dig, so we can't really help but take a hit. It's alright, it didn't do much. Second was Onyx, and although Iron Tail did a pretty good job, he did manage to start a Sandstorm, so we start taking quite a bit of damage per turn as he goes down. One Thunder takes down Hitmonlee, and Hitmonchan came out as our health was getting pretty low. We even lost a chunk due to his Mach Punch before he went down. As Machamp came out, our health was just hardly above red, so I was pretty thankful that Thunder was able to take him down. If he attacked, we'd probably have fainted. Sandstorm is surprisingly dangerous in single Pokemon runs. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. First is Umbreon, and it took quite a few tries because of Sand Attack, but 10 tries in, and Sand Attack just missed. Again, AI have a built-in mischance on afflictions in Gen 2. Vileplume ended up going down in one hit due to a critical return, so we don't have to worry about Stun Spore. Gengar instantly cursed us and Thunder Mist, so right away we lost a huge chunk of health, then got hit by Lick. For the first time in recorded human history though, the AI hit us with Lick and we didn't get paralyzed, so we took her down. Thunder was also one-shot on Houndoom, so last was Murkrow, who went down in one Thunder Shock. That looked easy, but it was really all up to if Sand Attack hit at the start or not. Finally, Pokemon Champion Lance. It starts with Water Onix, so one Thunder Shock took him down, right away making it so our level is no longer nice. I consider that a disadvantage for the rest of the fight. Speaking of disadvantage, we're fighting the first Dragonite. Right away I hit Thunder. It's not a one-shot, but it did paralyze him. I'm just thankful that his Thunder Wave missed us, so we got the knockout. The second one also hung on with a Sliver, also got paralyzed, but this one was fully paralyzed, so it was easy to finish it off. Straight to the third Dragonite, and Thunder does a little bit less to this one. Thankfully, he used Outrage instead of Thunder Wave. It did a decent amount of damage, but we easily finished him off. Charizard was a one-shot with Thunder, and last was Aerodactyl, who outsped us, hit a big Hyper Beam, then got one-shot by Thunder. That went shockingly well! I am so happy we didn't get paralyzed. With that victory, we get into the Hall of Fame and win the run, but you know it's not over yet. Gen 2 has all of Kanto in the post-game, including 8 gym battles and a secret final boss battle with Red. 7 of those 8 gym battles are super easy since they're weaker than the Elite Four, so we're gonna skip ahead to the next real challenge, Blue. First up is Pidgeot, who is a one-shot with Thunder, as expected, and second was Rhydon. We hit Iron Tail for a solid half of his health and damage, but he started a Sandstorm. Oh, that's not good. Then he switched to Water Onix? That was super weird. He switched from his ground type to his water and flying type when fighting an electric type. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, we just used Thunder Shock and that was fine, and then he sent Rhydon back out. Is he just trying to get me to suffer through more turns of Sandstorm? If that's his plan, that's surprisingly advanced for Gen 2 AI. Anyway, another Iron Tail takes him out. Next up is Alakazam, who we one-shot with Return. We've lost half of our health to Sandstorm at this point, though. Fifth is Exeggutor, and the Sandstorm finally ended, but we weren't really dealing a ton of damage with Return, and his Solar Beam managed to finally take us down. Okay, well, we probably don't need the Quick Claw anymore. I'll come back with something else. Here's my next try, this time holding Leftovers for that sweet passive healing. This time Rhydon doesn't randomly switch, so we took him down earlier, but Alakazam ended up being faster than us and dealt tons of damage with Psychic. Turns out we only outsped him because of the Quick Claw. Because of that, Exeggutor had an even easier time taking us out. That's fine, you guys said I can use rare candy cheats in the post-game, so I'll come back a few levels higher. After failing a few tries at level 80, we got this one where Rhydon didn't use Sandstorm, and Alakazam used Reflect instead, so we got to one-shot him with Thunder. Because of that, we're forced to use Thunder against Exeggutor, and it turns out it does way more damage. We did miss one, and get hit by Leech Seed though, so they're stealing health from us. We still take him down in a couple of hits, and next was Arcanine. Weirdly enough, we outsped him and one-shot him, but we didn't outspeed Alakazam earlier. Is Arcanine really slower than Alakazam? Anyway, last was Water Onix, so we just used Thunder Shock. Blue just makes the weirdest choices in these games, I swear. Alright, all that's left is Red. Now, his Pokemon are a way higher level than that of Blue's, so we're probably gonna have to max out our level before we stand any sort of a chance. But hey, if we just have rare candy, then there's no harm in trying it early, right? It's not like I have to leave the cave again to grind. Here's Red at level 80. Yeah, it started horribly with us being outsped and hit by Charm, basically sealing our fate. We managed to slowly take down Pikachu, but then we missed 2 Thunders on Espeon and went down fast. Not even close. Again at level 85, this time Pikachu missed Charm and guzzled down a bunch of full restores before going down. Espeon still did some serious damage, but we actually took him down. I thought I was instantly doomed against Snorlax, but his body slams actually did a bit less than I was expecting. Kinda thought I'd get a knockout when the second Thunder paralyzed him, but no luck, he still took us down. Again at level 90, this attempt actually went even worse. Despite beating Pikachu with full health, missing Thunder on the first round just doomed us. Psychic hits us so hard. Level 95. Pikachu goes alright, although we did get hit by Charm. That's gonna matter later. Espeon actually went down in 1 Thunder this time, and we didn't get hit by Psychic, but it's because he used Reflect. Against Snorlax, things go badly right away. We missed Thunder, and he used Amnesia to boost his special defense. So we have less attack, Reflect is up, and his special defense is up. Our only choice is to spam Thunder, but playing shot for shot when we deal much less damage than him obviously isn't gonna work. Okay, level 100! Pikachu didn't hit Charm, but Espeon did hit Psychic this time, so we're not going in perfectly healthy into the Snorlax fight. Thunder hit Snorlax real hard and even managed to paralyze him, but he still used Amnesia. We got super lucky though, and our next Thunder crit for a one-shot. We needed that. Venusaur's next, so I started hitting Return. Problem is, he used Sunny Day. Not only does that mean he can Solar Beam faster, but it lowers our accuracy on Thunder. We took a huge Solar Beam before he went down. Against Blastoise, I just took the chance and used Thunder, and it hit, getting us a one-shot. Last was Charizard, and Sunny Day is still active, so we got hit incredibly hard by Flamethrower, survived with only 23 health, and managed to land another Thunder during Sunny Day to get the knockout. That took so many tries, you don't even know. That was a weird run. Most of it was either really easy or unbelievably hard. I still can't get over how awful the Steel Gym was. I really should have seen that coming. I really hope you guys liked that run. The next Pokemon Challenge is going to be up next week on Saturday, with only Mawile in Emerald. It's a Pokemon that I've never used before, but you guys request it all the time, so I'll give it a try. It doesn't look too brutal. Maybe I'll even beat Steven Stone. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Man, what do I talk about this week? I have had a sore neck for the last 5 days. Oh my god, isn't that so riveting? When you've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it's just the worst. Sometimes, like, you sleep a little wrong, you know, your neck's turned a little weird when you're trying to sleep, or maybe you sit in chair with bad posture for a little bit too long, and man, you're feeling it for a week. It sucks. I take good care of my body too, you know, lift weights 5 times a week and everything, routine stretching. I even set these little 25-minute timers on my computer so that I can be reminded to, you know, stand up, stretch out, do stuff like that. Helps just with your workflow too. When you got a lot of work to get done, and man, I usually have a lot of work to get done, that whole 25-minute timer thing is a real lifesaver. I'm hoping to get some more streams done soon. It's a little bit hard because obviously I'm doubling up the schedule now that I'm doing double the challenges a month. And so it's harder to find the time. And of course, some of that time gets eaten up by me wanting to record things like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for you guys, and then I need to take the time to go through and edit that. So it's kind of hard to find time to do the Twitch streams, but at the same time, the Twitch streams are really fun, so I want to do more of the Twitch streams. Oh, and I had like 4 different people independently ask me if I have a Patreon over on Twitter in the last 2 weeks. Yes, I've actually had a Patreon since that website was very, very new. I used to talk about it sometimes back in the olden days before I blew up, but I just kind of never talk about it anymore because it just doesn't come to mind. In fact, I think the end card on like all of these Pokemon challenges has the Patreon as a clickable thing, doesn't it? I think. What is it? One of them is the Pokemon Challenge playlist, one of them is like newest video or best reviewer, one of them is the subscribe button for my channel, and I think the 4th one is my Patreon, but I could be forgetting because I usually just, you know, port it over from the previous end card because it's really quick and easy to do that in Windows, in YouTube. But yeah, my Patreon is in the description of like all of my videos. I really should have said this earlier in the video, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, the worst possible time to give a public service announcement is this outro bit of the video. Did you know that there's like loads of people who have no idea that I do these ad-libby outros now because I didn't for like the first, I don't know, year and a half or something of doing Pokemon challenges? And then I don't think I've ever really announced in the body of the Pokemon challenge itself that I do these. So yeah, in fact, if anything, me doing these ad-libby outros probably actually hurts me in the algorithm because, you know, outro thingies, people stop watching then, and then that hurts your audience retention and your watch time, and then YouTube wants to, like, de-incentivize you from doing that or whatever. I don't care. This is the fun part. I like the fun part. Anyway, you guys have had enough of a slice of my life for now. I'm sure you're already bored, and you're definitely gonna go watch my old Nancy Drew Let's Play now, because it's the best thing ever. That's definitely what you are about to go do. In fact, you should do that right now. Until next time, have a nice day.